All right. This is day 20. Whoa, camera. There we go. So, day 20. We went to church this morning. And Kylie and I went to All Souls, which was an evangelical church. It's Pentecost. And they talked about sexuality. A weird thing to talk about on Pentecost. But they were talking about how, homosexuals can be in the church. Like, if they turn to Jesus, God made them same-sex attracted for a very specific reason. And I was like, yes, everything, yes, thank you. As soon as he brought up homosexuality, I was so afraid he was going to say something hateful. But he was like, no, God made them like that. And I was like, yes! So, I was very happy that the pastor was very welcoming to homosexuality. Because, Jesus loves everyone. I don't get why so many Christians are so hateful towards those people. It's like, why? That's not what God wants you to do. So yeah, I was very happy about that. He was very, very nice, very open about that stuff, which I was genuinely surprised. It was very refreshing. So, after church, Kylie and I went and got lunch at McDonald's. And we went to T2, which is a tea shop, and I got myself a tea called creme brulee, which is basically like a sweet vanilla kind of tea. And then I got my dad, I think it's called Morning Shine or something like that, but it's a citrusy tea, and he likes citrus teas. He loves Constant Comment and stuff like that. So I got him that. Then I got my mom. It's called Choco Oolong Chai. So it's basically chocolate, oolong, and chai, all put into one tea. And she loves all of those, and I'm like, those are the perfect combination for a tea. So I got her that. And so after that, we were wanting to go see Deadpool. So we went to the Science Museum because a website said that they would be playing it at the Science Museum, at the IMAX theater there. So we went to the Science Museum, we got in, and they don't play any outside movies. They only play the space movies that are supposed to be educational for the Space Center section that's there. So we didn't see Deadpool, which was disappointing. But it's gonna be cheaper back home anyway, so we're just gonna go see it when we get back, which is in 2 days, so won't have to wait very long. So we wandered around the Science Museum for a little bit, which I thought was really cool. I know, my shoulders are breaking out really badly because warm in the room. But yeah, after that, we went to the Sherlock Holmes Museum. I didn't go in, we met Jessica and Nathaniel there. I didn't go in, neither did Jessica, so we just kind of hung out outside while Kylie and Nathaniel went in. And Hannah, Lauren, and Kylie eventually caught up to us. Kylie came out first of the museum, and we were just sitting there, and this dude, we just start talking to this guy, and he's actually he's on an abroad trip too. He's from Texas, but we were kind of like, Kylie, or Jessica, I think he likes you. And she was like, what? Why? It's because of the way he was looking at you. And then Kylie was like, don't tell John that, Jessica's boyfriend. And she was like, oh no, I won't tell him. But then she calls John, and he is so dead tired that I don't know if you've ever heard the phrase sleep drunk, where you're so tired you act like you're drunk. That's what he was sounding like. Kylie and I were both just like, Kylie actually talked to him, and he was like, who's this? And she was like, it's Kylie. And he was like, Kylie, hi. Because we were trying to we were all trying to convince him, go back to sleep. She'll call you later. He was like, but no. And we were like, dude, you're sleep drunk. Go to sleep. We eventually convinced him to go back to sleep. And so Hannah, Kylie Tugman, and Lauren finally showed up. Hannah went through the museum. And then we decided to go. Well, we met with Taven and Jordan at TGI Fridays for a big farewell dinner for Lauren and Kylie. But once we did that, we actually met up with Rachel, Emma, and Asteria. They were just in the square in general. And so they came with us, and Steven showed up too. So we all had dinner at TGI Fridays. I had a burger. But I also had a milkshake. Aw, the vanilla milkshake was so good. It was rich, but it was yummy. And so after that, we decided to go, because it was almost 8 o'clock. Taven and Nathaniel were going to go to Buckingham Palace, but because it was going to start getting dark soon, we decided against that. We'll probably go tomorrow. So we came back. We actually decided to stop in one of the tourist shops because we were going to go to the M&M store, but the M&M store was closed. So we went into the big touristy shop that's right there, just less than a block away from the M&M stop, and I got myself a zip-up jacket. It was 30 pounds, but definitely worth it. Our neighbors have the television on in their room again. But after I got myself a shirt or a jacket, Nathaniel and Kylie went ahead and went back to the hotel, or Schneckloff. Then it was me, Lauren, Hannah, Jessica, and Kylie. Kylie is going to leave tonight to go to the airport because her flight is at 7 a.m. tomorrow to go to Italy. So she has to leave early. She has to leave in the middle of the night. And she's taking an Uber to get there to the airport, so. But so she and Jessica left, and I stayed behind with Hannah and Lauren because they didn't feel comfortable walking back on their own, or just coming back on their own. And they did those old-timey pictures where you dress up and pose really elegantly, and they take pictures. So they dressed up in the Tudor period kind of dress, and oh my gosh, the pictures were awesome. I helped, I just I let them pick, but I was just kind of looking at the pictures too, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that one's so good, or oh, that one's kind of woo. But they ultimately picked. I wasn't gonna try to sway them or anything, and besides, I liked the same ones they did, so. But they actually ended up getting 3 pictures, and typically it's 20 each picture, but the gal only charged them $45 for it, for all 3 pictures. So that was really cool. So after that, they got a few souvenirs for their loved ones, and then we started heading back. So we took the Bakerloo line from Piccadilly Circle to Oxford Circle, or Circus. And when we were getting on the Central line to head back to Queensway, Lauren goes to sit down, someone else goes to sit down, and then they both look up, and it's Kylie Tugman. And Jessica's right there. We were like, wait a minute, you left 30 minutes before us. How the heck are you just now getting on this train? And apparently they took the Piccadilly line down to South Kensington, and they found out the Central and District, or the Circle and District lines are closed, which they should have already known. And so they just had to come all the way back. So they pretty much did a huge loop. And then they just ran into us. And they were like, yeah, we were going to take it to the Notting Hill Gate. And I'm like, dude, you wouldn't have been able to get on those trains because Central or Circle and District lines are closed. Even right there. And they're all like, yeah. And I'm like, you would have had to get off and then get back on the train and come back to Queensway. And they're like, yeah, we didn't really think that through. So we got off at Queensway. And what was even funnier, I deduct this to them coming back and getting off the train station like a few minutes before we did. So we had just left the Queensway station. We're just standing on the sidewalk, and all of a sudden I hear, "Hey!" And it's Robin. I knew it's Robin's voice, and so I look, and he's right behind Hannah, and Hannah got the crap scared out of her by Robin because she didn't know it was him at first. And I was like, and I just started laughing because I was like, Robin! And so he was like, what are you guys doing? And it's like, what are you doing? We got back from a movie. Well, we just got back from doing touristy stuff. And of course, I'm like, Jessica, you need to tell him the story of how you guys went in a circle. So she told him that. We met up, or they went to Sainsbury. Robin got some stuff. We went to Tesco. We were only in Tesco for like 30 seconds because we didn't get anything. But they took a different route back down to the hotel. They went down and around instead of up and around. And apparently it is faster, I've noticed. It's faster to go that way. But we were like, oh wait, where did they turn? And so we found where they turned. And they were up ahead. They were only like less than a block up ahead. So we started running towards them because Hannah wanted revenge. She wanted to scare him. And so I think she did scare him. I just don't think he'll admit that he got scared, Robin. Because he knows Robin. But he was like, oh, I could hear you guys coming. And I'm like, really? You jumped? I didn't say this, but I'm like, you jumped. You so jumped. He was like, I could hear you guys running. Your bags were making noise. And she was like, well, yeah, we were trying to be sneaky, and he was like, but I didn't know who you guys were, so I could just hear you coming. And Mark was like, nah, if they were muggers, they would have been quieter. So we got back to the hotel, and I got to talk to my mom for a little bit, and my dad for a little bit. I got to say hi to my cat and my dog. My older cat kind of understands video chatting. My dog really does not understand video chatting except for very rare occasions. It's the younger cat that understands video chatting. Like, she will look directly at the phone, directly at my face, and stare at me while I'm talking to her. My older cat, Angel, just looks around like, where is she? And my dog just kind of is scared of the phone until she hears my voice, and then she starts looking at the phone. But, yeah. Tomorrow we're going to the National Museum. Some of us are probably going to try to go to Buckingham Palace. Maybe get a tour. If we can't, we're just going to take pictures outside of it. But, yeah, tomorrow's the last day. Can't believe it's the last day. Time's gone by pretty quickly. But at the same time, it hasn't. But, no. I need to start working on uploading my vlogs to YouTube, so the first one's up. Day 1 and day 2 is up. So I'm doing like custom thumbnails for them too, so I need to do all those. But yeah, this is day 20. We'll see you tomorrow for the last day.